We've all been there chasing success, striving for our goals, and feeling like we constantly need to hustle harder, work longer, and do more to get ahead. But here's the truth. Success shouldn't come at the cost of your peace of mind. The constant stress, burnout, and sense of overwhelm aren't signs you're winning. They're signs something's out of balance. What if you could pursue your biggest dreams without sacrificing your well-being? What if success didn't require mental exhaustion, constant struggle, or endless sacrifice? In today's episode, we'll explore a series of powerful habits that not only move you closer to success but also help you preserve your inner calm along the way. It's all about balance, doing what it takes to reach your goals without losing yourself in the process. Habit 1. Set clear and achievable goals. How often have you set a goal only to feel overwhelmed by how big it seems? Maybe you faced an endless to-do list or set your sights on a dream so large that you weren't sure where to start. The problem isn't your ambition, it's the lack of clarity. Without a clear and realistic plan, even the most exciting goals can become sources of stress. Think of it like going on a journey without a map. If you don't know where you're going or how to get there, every step feels uncertain and frustrating. But when you set a specific, attainable goal and break it down into small, actionable steps, you create a roadmap you can follow with confidence. This approach isn't just about being productive. It's about staying grounded when your path is clear. You don't get lost in the overwhelm. You focus, you progress, and most importantly, you protect your peace of mind. Start by asking yourself, what exactly do I want to achieve? What's one small step I can take today to get closer to that goal? Each step becomes a small win, and those wins add up, keeping you both motivated and mentally balanced. This simple process can transform your day by clearly defining what you want and how you plan to get there. You reduce mental clutter, feel more in control, and keep your mind calm. Imagine starting today with purpose, not scattered thoughts or overwhelming lists. And that's the power of clarity. It makes you feel more organized, more confident, and more capable of reaching success without stress. Habit 2. Use the Pomodoro technique to stay focused. Have you ever sat down to work only to be pulled away by distractions, notifications, emails, or just a wandering mind? Staying focused today feels harder than ever. But there's a simple, science-backed method that can help. The Pomodoro technique. This approach is straightforward. Work in short, focused sprints, usually 25 minutes followed by a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. Why does it work? Because it's designed around how our brains naturally function. We concentrate best in short bursts. Trying to grind for hours leads to mental fatigue, distraction, and procrastination. The Pomodoro technique encourages deliberate focus and intentional rest, helping you stay productive without exhausting yourself. It clears mental fog, boosts energy, and protects you from burnout. Imagine tackling a task with full attention for just 25 minutes knowing a break is coming. It's a small shift that leads to big results. Try this today. Pick a task. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Work without distraction. Then take a short break. Repeat the cycle. After 4 rounds, take a longer pause. You might be surprised how much you accomplish with less stress and more peace of mind. Habit 3. Create a distraction-free work environment. How often do distractions hijack your day? The ping of your phone, background noise, a cluttered desk, it all chips away at your ability to focus. But here's something powerful. Your environment shapes your mind. The Stoics understood this well. Seneca spoke about the importance of cultivating surroundings that support calm and reflection. Today, that means designing a workspace that helps you stay focused, not scattered. A distraction-free workspace is more than a clean desk. It's a foundation for success. Use noise-canceling headphones. Turn off non-essential notifications. Keep only the tools and items you need in your immediate space. By reducing noise and visual clutter, You allow your brain to focus on what matters. You preserve your energy for meaningful work, rather than wasting it fighting distractions. Start today and clean your workspace. Close unnecessary browser tabs. Silence notifications. Build an environment that supports deep focus, and you'll find your productivity rises while your stress levels drop. Habit 4. Delegate tasks and trust others. Ever feel like everything rests on your shoulders at work, at home, or in your personal projects? That constant pressure to do it all can be overwhelming. We often tell ourselves, if I don't do it, it won't get done right, or I need to stay in control. But here's the truth. The more you try to handle everything on your own, the more stressed and burnt out you become. The real key to maintaining peace of mind while pursuing success is learning how to delegate. Delegation isn't about dumping tasks on others, it's about recognizing that you don't have to carry the entire load alone, and that trusting others is part of wise leadership. When you share responsibilities, you free up mental space, lower your stress, and give others the chance to contribute meaningfully. Even the Stoics understood this. While they emphasized personal responsibility, they also valued teamwork. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and Stoic thinker, surrounded himself with trusted advisors. He knew he couldn't lead an empire alone, and that trusting others was essential to sound judgment and inner calm in your own life. Whether you're managing a team, a household, or a creative project, the same principle applies. You don't have to do it all. Start by asking, what are the tasks only you can do? Or what could be done by someone else with your guidance? Not your control. Resist the urge to micromanage. Trust others to rise to the occasion. By doing this, not only will you feel lighter, but you'll also build a stronger, more empowered team. Delegation isn't giving up control. It's choosing peace over pressure. Habit 5. Limit technology to avoid mental overload. How often do you find yourself endlessly scrolling, buried in notifications, or switching from app to app without even thinking? In today's hyper-connected world, technology is designed to hook our attention, but it's also draining our focus and peace of mind. We often assume staying plugged in helps us stay ahead, but the constant flood of information, emails, and updates is creating mental overload, leaving us more scattered, distracted, and exhausted than ever. This isn't about rejecting technology altogether. It's about creating boundaries that protect your mental clarity. The Stoics taught the importance of focusing on what truly matters and ignoring the noise that distracts us from our values. In modern terms, this means being intentional with our use of technology. Think about your day. How much time is spent on screens? How often do you check your phone out of habit? Not need. Each of those moments consumes mental energy, and the cost is your focus, productivity, and peace. Here's how to reclaim control. Set specific times during the day to check email, messages, or social media. Turn off non-essential notifications. Designate tech-free zones in your home during meals, before bed, or while working deeply. Replace passive scrolling with intentional digital use. By doing this, you clear space in your mind, regain focus, and allow room for real rest. Imagine today, instead of being pulled in every digital direction, you moved through your day with presence and intention. You'd not only feel more grounded, but also more in control of your time and your thoughts. Habit 6. Take regular breaks to recharge. Have you ever pushed through your entire workday without a single pause, thinking you'd get more done only to end up feeling drained, frustrated, and less productive? We've been conditioned to believe that success comes from working non-stop. But the truth is, rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Taking regular breaks isn't a sign of weakness or laziness. It's a smart, sustainable strategy for high performance and inner peace. Even Marcus Aurelius, emperor and Stoic philosopher, understood the need to step back. Amid the responsibilities of ruling Rome, he often carved out moments for reflection and rest, knowing that clarity of thought requires space and stillness. In our modern world, we confuse busyness with productivity. We fill our schedules and push through exhaustion, hoping to accomplish more. But overworking leads to burnout, mental fatigue, and poor decision-making. Think of your brain like a muscle. It needs time to recover in order to perform at its best. The benefits of regular breaks include improved focus, reduced stress, higher creativity, better overall performance. Here's how to start today. Use the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a longer 15-30-minute break. During these breaks, don't check your phone or scroll through emails. Instead, step away, breathe, stretch, take a short walk, truly disconnect. Imagine today, instead of forcing yourself to grind through hours of work, you allowed space to recharge. You'd return to your tasks with renewed energy and sharper focus, feeling not just more productive, but more peaceful too. Habit 7. Foster resilience in the face of failure. How many times has failure made you question yourself? Maybe you missed a goal, made a mistake, or faced rejection and suddenly you felt defeated or stuck. But failure doesn't mean the end. In fact, it might just be the beginning of something better. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after setbacks. It's about facing challenges head-on and continuing forward even when things don't go as planned. The Stoics didn't see failure as something to avoid. They saw it as part of life, a teacher, not a threat. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that obstacles aren't meant to stop us. They're opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more focused. Take Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Each failure wasn't wasted, it was a lesson. A step forward. Without resilience, he never would have changed the world. And the same applies to you. The most successful people don't succeed because they never fail. They succeed because they never quit. So how can you build resilience today? Reframe failure as feedback. Ask, what can I learn from this? Practice self-compassion. Mistakes don't mean you're not good enough. They mean you're growing. To keep moving forward. One step at a time. Even small progress is still progress. Imagine today, instead of being paralyzed by failure, you welcomed it as part of your journey. You recognized that each setback was simply showing you a better path, and with every stumble, you became more capable, more focused, and more resilient. Habit 8. Set boundaries between work and personal life. Have you ever answered emails during dinner? Or spent your weekends thinking about your to-do list? In a world that's always online, the line between work and personal life is getting harder to see. And that's exactly where the problem begins. When you're always on, your mind never has a chance to rest. You become more stressed, less present, and eventually, burned out. The Stoics taught us the value of balance. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that constant labor without rest would only lead to exhaustion, and that clarity comes when we step back and recharge. Setting boundaries is not about avoiding responsibility. It's about protecting your energy so you can show up fully both in your work and in your personal life. Start today by asking, are you checking emails during family time? Working on weekends when you should be resting. Set clear work hours. Designate personal time that's off limits for work. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb when you're with loved ones. Create mental space for each part of your life. Imagine today, instead of letting work bleed into every hour, you drew the line and honored your personal time. You'd feel more focused, more present, and more fulfilled in every role you play. Habit 9. Practice gratitude and mindfulness. How often do you focus on what's missing, what you haven't achieved yet, in the pursuit of success? It's easy to overlook what's already good in our lives, but gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for peace of mind and for success. The Stoics were firm believers in appreciating the present. Marcus Aurelius wrote often about giving thanks for the small things and not letting future worries rob us of today's gifts. Mindfulness and gratitude go hand in hand. When you're mindful, you're fully engaged in the moment. You step out of autopilot and into awareness. You start to notice the simple joys, the taste of your food, the feeling of sunlight, the smile of a loved one. This practice doesn't just make you calmer, it grounds you. It brings your focus back to what truly matters. Start small. And each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Slow down and pay full attention to your next meal, conversation, or walk. Breathe deeply and let yourself be here fully. Imagine today, instead of rushing toward the next goal, you pause to appreciate how far you've come. You felt grounded, grateful, and more at peace with where you are right now. Habit 10. Celebrate achievements to stay motivated. How often do you accomplish something only to immediately move on to the next task? In the chase for success, we forget to feel successful. And when we don't stop to celebrate, motivation fades. Celebrating your progress isn't self-indulgence, it's self-renewal. Even the Stoics, though humble and disciplined, made time for reflection. Marcus Aurelius often reviewed his actions at the end of the day, acknowledging what went well and what needed improvement. This act of mindful recognition gave him the fuel to keep going. When you recognize your wins, you reinforce the behaviors that got you there. You give yourself the emotional boost to continue. How to start today. After a completed project or even a small win, pause. To reflect. Acknowledge the effort you put in. The challenges you overcame. Treat yourself to something you enjoy, time with a friend. Your favorite food. Or a walk outside. Imagine today, instead of rushing through your to-do list, you took a moment to honor your growth. You felt a sense of pride, not in arrogance, but in gratitude. That recognition became the fuel for your next step forward. Final reflection. Success without sacrificing your peace. As we've explored, success doesn't have to cost you your peace of mind. It's not about constantly grinding, checking boxes, or burning out in the name of achievement. True success is balanced. It's about setting clear goals and staying mindful, building resilience, and giving yourself permission to rest. It's found in boundaries, in stillness, in gratitude, and in celebrating how far you've come. So ask yourself, are you chasing success at the expense of your well-being? Or are you ready to build a life that's productive and peaceful? Because success isn't a race to the finish. It's a journey made up of small steps, mindful pauses, and moments of quiet celebration.